This video is about CELPIP listening part 5, listening to a discussion. Let me warn you about something very important. Listening part 5 is not difficult because two people are talking. It is difficult because both speakers sound reasonable. In this part of CELPIP exam, no one is completely right. No one is completely wrong also. And CELPIP wants to see if you can follow thinking, not just words. Today, I'm going to teach you how self-pub designs confusion through discussion, how opinions slowly change, not suddenly, how one small sentence at the end decides the correct answer, and yes, we will work with a full-length realistic discussion that sounds exactly like the real exam. Listen like a decision maker, not like a student. So let's begin. Here is the technical structure of listening part 5. You will hear a discussion between two people, and the length would be about 90 seconds to 2 minutes. The setting could be a workplace, academic, or community, sometimes everyday planning too. So, after listening, you answer 5 multiple choice questions. Each question has 4 options. Only one option fully matches what was said. And here the important thing is you hear it only once. The speakers may interrupt each other, opinions may change halfway through. So this part tests whether you can track evolving opinions, understand disagreement politely, and identify compromise, hesitation, or final decisions. Okay, so what CELPIP is really testing is in part 5, speakers rarely stay fixed. They start with strong opinions, personal experiences, preferences, emotional reactions, then slowly move toward adjustment, compromise, practical decision. So CELPIP loves asking, what do they finally decide? How does one speaker's opinion change? Got it? And polite disagreement language. So self-help uses soft disagreement, not argument. You have to listen mainly for the phrases such as I'm not entirely convinced. I see your point, but that could work, although I'm a bit concerned about. So these type of phrases means that gives you the disagreement, right? But polite professional disagreements. Got it? Then hidden priorities. Yes. What people say they want versus what they actually care about. Like time, money, convenience, responsibility, or sometimes their image. Self hides priorities inside reasoning. So you have to find it out. And decision logic, self answers are often wrong because they match the beginning, not the ending. Match one speaker, not both. Ignore conditions. So the correct answer should match the final mutual understanding. So you have to understand this and identify the correct option. And finally, emotion control. So here, tone matters a lot. Hesitant does not mean negative. And if it is very practical, then you should not think, okay, the people are uninterested. No. And if they are very calm, means doesn't mean that they agree with each other, right? So self test emotional interpretation quietly. Now, let me give you an audio transcript. So, listen to this carefully. So, about the professional development budget for next quarter, we need to decide today how to use the remaining funds. Right, I was thinking we could send a few team members to that 3 day leadership conference downtown. It's expensive, but the networking alone could be worth it. I'm not completely sold on that. Last year, we spent a lot of conferences, and honestly, I did not see much long term impact. Most people came back energized for a week and then it faded. That's fair, but this one is different. It's more interactive, and the speakers are industry leaders. Plus, it looks good when senior staff attend high profile events. True, but if we are talking about the impact, wouldn't in house training benefit more people? We could bring in a facilitator and train the entire department instead of just 3 or 4 employees. I like that idea in theory, but coordinating schedules for everyone is a nightmare. And external facilitators aren't cheap either. What if we do a hybrid approach, send one senior manager to the conference and have them share key takeaways internally through workshops? That could work. It keeps cost under control and still gives us some external exposure. Exactly. And it shows we are being strategic, not just spending money because we have it. All right, let's go with that. I'll revise the budget proposal and send it to finance this afternoon. Okay, so now let's move on to the question here. What is Priya's main concern about attending conference? The first one who was talking is Priya, and the second one is Mark. The options are they are poorly organized, they benefit only a small number of people, they lack professional speakers, they are too short to be effective. And the correct option is yes, option B. Because she says conferences energize people briefly and don't create long term impact, especially for the wider team. Got it? And the second question, why does Mark initially support the conference option? It guarantees promotions, it is required by management, it offers networking and professional visibility, it costs less than in house training. And the right option here is it offers networking and professional visibility. The trap here is cost is actually high. That's why A and D are wrong. Okay. And question 3 is what alternative does Priya suggest? Cancel all training for the quarter, divide the budget equally, focus entirely on internal workshops, combine external learning with internal sharing. Okay, and the right option here is option D. Because if you listen to that audio transcript, it's a hybrid approach, right? And question 4, how does Mark respond to Priya's final suggestion? He reluctantly agrees, he dismisses it, he fully supports it, he asks to delay the decision. And the correct option is option C. Yes. If you would have listened to the tone was the clue. That could work. Plus, all right. Let's go with that, okay? And for the fifth one, what decision do they ultimately make? Send the entire team to the conference, uses the budget only for in-house training, send one manager and conduct internal workshops, save the funds for the next quarter. And of course, the correct option is option C because this matches both speakers' priorities, not just one. Got it? So if you want a high score in listening part 5, remember this. CELPIP is not testing your English. It's testing professional listening intelligence. So you have to ask yourself who is flexible, who is practical, where do they meet in the middle? The correct answer always reflects the final agreement, balanced reasoning, spoken logic, not just the emotion. So practice listening like a colleague, not like an exam candidate. Okay? That's all for today's video. Kindly like, share, and subscribe for more self-help tips. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.